3 races into the 2026 season, and Joe Gibbs Racing, one of the biggest, most powerful teams in all of NASCAR, cannot even get into the championship picture right now. That is not a joke. Their 3-star drivers, Denny Hamlin, Christopher Bell, and Chase Briscoe, are sitting so far down in the points that if the chase started today, not a single one of them would make it in. A team that had 3 of the final 4 championship drivers just last year is now completely on the outside looking in. And the guy leading the whole thing? Tyler Reddick, the driver of the No. 45 car for 2311, racing a team co-owned by Denny Hamlin himself. So, Hamlin's own team as an owner is flying high, while his driving career at JGR is falling apart. You really cannot make this stuff up. Let us start with what Reddick has done, because it sets the whole stage. He won the Daytona 500, then Atlanta, then Circuit of the Americas. No driver in Cup Series history has ever won the first 3 races of a season. He led 58 of 95 laps at COTA and beat Shane Van Gisbergen by almost 4 seconds. His crew chief, Billy Scott, said it comes down to just a natural ability and just being in a good place. Under the new 2026 rules, a win is now worth 55 points instead of 40. 3 straight wins gave Reddick 186 points. His teammate, Bubba Wallace, is second with 116. That 70-point gap between first and second is the same as the gap between second and 27th. Reddick is not just leading, he is running away from everyone. Now here is why this matters even more than last year. NASCAR changed the championship system for 2026. They brought back the chase format. The top 16 drivers in points after 26 races get in. No more win and you are in. You have to earn your way in through points, week after week. Consistency is everything now, and JGR has had 0 consistency so far. Let us go driver by driver. Denny Hamlin is sitting 23rd in the standings. He is 126 points behind Reddick. Christopher Bell is 24th, 127 points back. Chase Briscoe is all the way down in 27th, a full 140 points behind. The best JGR driver right now is actually Ty Gibbs, and he is only 17th, 3 points behind Ryan Preece of RFK Racing for that last chase transfer spot. The whole organization's average finish through 3 races is 21. That is the worst JGR has started a season in nearly 10 years. So what went wrong? Let us go back to Daytona. On lap 124, Hamlin tried to make an aggressive move to pass Justin Allgaier near the front. Allgaier threw a block, Hamlin hit him, and both cars turned sideways and collected 20 other cars in a massive wreck. Hamlin later went on his podcast and took some of the blame. He said his own aggressive driving played a big part. That wreck cost him huge points right out of the gate. And Hamlin is not just fighting a bad start on the track. His offseason was a nightmare. Back in late December, a terrible house fire at his parents' home in Stanley, North Carolina killed his father, Dennis Hamlin. His mother, Mary Lou, was critically hurt, but is now recovering. While going through the rubble of that burned-down house, Denny fell and re-tore his right shoulder, the same one he had surgery on after the 2023 season. Took a little fall at my mom's house, going through all the rubble and stuff, and just didn't feel right, Hamlin told reporters. Got it rescanned and re-tore it again. He is racing through that injury all year. Surgery is not until after the season ends in November. At COTA, he still managed his first top 1-0 finish. Afterward, he said, "It'll definitely be sore tomorrow, but first mistake-free road course for me in 6 years. It's freaking amazing. It's like a win." A 10th place finish feels like a victory for a driver with 60 career wins. Now look at Chase Briscoe. His season has been the wildest roller coaster in the garage. He finished 36th at Daytona, then 2nd at Atlanta, jumping 22 spots in 1 week. Then at COTA, he led the first 8 laps after a bold 3-wide move on the start, but his car's transaxle broke, ending his race 33 laps early, dead last, 37th. His results read 36th, 2nd, 37th. That kind of swing is brutal under a system where you need to be good every single week. Christopher Bell has actually shown the most life of the JGR bunch. He finished 3rd at COTA, which was his best run of the year. But one good finish at a road course does not fix a 127-point hole. And if all of that was not enough, JGR is also dealing with a messy lawsuit. The team sued its former competition director Chris Gabehart back in February. Gabehart joined JGR in 2012 as an engineer, worked his way up to crew chief for Hamlin, and became competition director before the 2025 season. But things fell apart behind the scenes. Gabehart claims the situation with Ty Gibbs, Joe Gibbs' grandson, made his job impossible. He said Ty was given special treatment, claiming the young driver was not held to the same meeting attendance standards as others on the team. When Gabehart pushed back, his requests were shut down. He claims JGR told him to say he was on vacation when people asked why he was gone, and the team stopped paying him in November. Then Gabehart took a job with Spire Motorsports. That is when JGR went to court, accusing him of stealing trade secrets. A forensic audit found folders labeled Spire and photos of confidential JGR files on his devices. JGR claims the damage is over $8 million. Gabehart fired back. This lawsuit is not about protecting trade secrets. It is about punishing a former employee for daring to leave. He admitted taking photos of files he helped create, but said his own audit proved nothing was ever shared. A federal judge ruled on March 2 that Gabehart can keep working at Spire but cannot do the same job he did at JGR. A bigger hearing is set for March 16. This fight is far from over. And losing your competition director in a bitter split right before the season is a huge blow to any team already struggling this badly. Now, it is not just JGR struggling. The whole standings look weird. Defending champion Kyle Larson is only 15th. Alex Bowman is 36th. Meanwhile, guys like AJ Allmendinger and Daniel Suarez are sitting 7th and 8th. The opening 3 races were all on unusual tracks, 2 super speedways and a road course, so there is a good argument that things will settle down on more normal tracks. The next stretch, Phoenix, Las Vegas, Darlington, Martinsville, are all more traditional tracks. By the Easter break, we will know whether this terrible start was just bad luck on wild tracks or a real sign that JGR has fallen behind. For a team with this much talent and history, being shut out of the chase would be one of the most shocking collapses in modern NASCAR. And the clock is ticking. Sunday at Phoenix is not just another race for Joe Gibbs Racing. It might be the most important race of their entire season.